And I crash.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final round of the North American Grand Prix GT2 Championship, coming to you live from Spa Francorchamps. Very exciting final round in store for everybody here tonight. Before we go any further, let me welcome my broadcast partner, Brad Maris. Brad, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Pretty exciting time for this race, and exciting time for me too, as I just crashed trying to come into the server, so my heart's beating a little fast, but we made it back in, Al, got the pictures up, and I'm ready to go for this 2-hour feature.
Sorry for the delay there, everybody. We were a little behind there setting the grid, as is usually the case here at on feature night, but nonetheless, we're very excited for tonight's event. We got a special guest pit lane reporter for tonight, Rich Romans, filling in. Rich, how things looking down trackside?
Yeah, things are looking pretty good. You know, we got a nice warm track. Ambience up at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice sunny day. We'll see if it holds through, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, we're looking forward to your insight here tonight, Rich, and thanks for joining us. I'll tell you what, last week's qualifying race here, Brad, was something to behold. One of the finest qualifying races we've seen around here in quite some time.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it last week. It was one of the best among many great qualifying races we've had at Spa. So, as our viewers may or may not remember, it was Andres Prieto coming away with the win in pretty dramatic fashion over Ian Jolicoeur. So, two guys not figuring into this championship mix, but nonetheless had themselves one hell of a battle at Spa, and congratulations to them. There's only going to be more of it on tap tonight, Al.
Yeah, it certainly is looking that way. I think, let's see, we're about to move over to the warm-up here, but while we got we got some time, let's take a look at the track map here tonight. Brad, Spa, legendary circuit, 19 corners. This track map is depicting the new version, but we're actually running the 04 version with the old bus stop. Truly a driver's track with the Rouge, Pouhon, Blanchimont, and of course the bus stop. Unbelievable racetrack.
Yeah, well, it's incredibly exciting. So you do have the famous corners, and this track will really test you all the way around the whole circumference of it. You know, once you get through a Rouge and you survive that set of corners, you come into Lacombe, and then you have to get through Pouhon, and let's not forget Stablo at the bottom of the track. You have that high-speed Blanchimont trying to make it through there with speed, and then after you do all that, you still have the bus stop and La Source to navigate as well. So the track just never stops coming at you. It never stops demanding from you everything to make your best pace. So it's a great place. And hey, we saw it last week, and these guys have really got this place figured out after some 23 seasons here of Monday night action now.
Well, watching Andres Prieto going around the track here during warm-up, last week's winner in the qualifying race. Prieto will be starting from the second position. Parsons shuffling up to P1 after David Poole got a 3-grid spot penalty. David Poole claiming pole last week, but got into a bit of an incident last week, so he's going to start from 4th. So a little shuffle there up at the top. So we'll see how that shakes out. So basically the storyline here tonight, Brad, well, we have the Drivers' Championship certainly is still mathematically viable for Parsons. he needs pretty much a perfect race tonight. He's got to win the race and lead the most laps, and he's got to hope that Alex White does not score any points tonight.
The
Parsons certainly capable of doing it, but that's a tall order.
Well, it's the very slimmest of hopes, but one thing working out in Eiran's favor is that he will be starting toward the front, and of course Alex White will be back in the grid a little bit, taking home 10th in that qualifying race last week. So, look, it's going to be Alex White's race to lose. If he runs into problems and forces a DNF here, pretty much the only way it's going to happen is if he crashes out. Then Eiran's going to have an opportunity. And look, we don't expect to see that, but we're going to have plenty to talk about in that points race. It's just going to be on the team side tonight.
Well, go ahead, Roman.
I just wanted to make one observation. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago. Not quite a similar circumstance. Alex White came into the last race of the season with a ton of weight, and I believe he still had at that point captured the championship, but I don't think he finished that race.
No, he did not. And we talked about his history here at Spa. It hasn't been very good, so he's gonna need a result here tonight for sure. But he's gonna be starting mid-pack, so that's always a dicey situation. But I'll tell you what, the story tonight, not to take anything away from the from the Drivers' Championship, is certainly the team championship. We got a 3-way battle here between Axis of Awesome, that's Alex White, and Matt Taylor, 236 points. We got Kung Fu Racing sitting second, that's Marty Eiran and Ian Jolicoeur with 222 points, and T-Brock Dam Bam, that's Aaron Parsons and John Houston with 220 points, 16 points back, 14 points back for Kung Fu. That's up in the air, Brad. Anything can happen.
Well, and that was the reason why we had so many fireworks last week. These guys came out really firing with full clips on full auto, Al, trying to get some of those bonus points available in that race, and it led to some pretty intense battles on track for sure. Now, yeah, very interesting. So I was actually looking at these practice times and taking a look at these team classifications. It was Matt Taylor last week letting down that Axis of Awesome just a little bit, mired back in the pack, but his practice times look very good, so he has been putting in some extra laps here to try to secure that team championship for Axis of Awesome. We'll have to watch Matt Taylor over the course of the night.
Yeah, that's great news for that team, because Taylor's certainly going to need a solid result. Parsons, we know he's going to be pushing for the win, and Houston has been performing quite well. He finished 8th in the qualifying race last week, and has put together some good runs this season. So he's a solid teammate for that T-Brock Dam Band team. I'll tell you what, Ian Jolicoeur certainly not out of certainly in the mix here tonight to win this race. He has had good success here, and he's another guy that's going to put up some points tonight. Meanwhile, his teammate Marty Eiran, he started mid-pack. He does have a drive-through penalty tonight, but it's a 2-hour race. It's anything can he can certainly make up those positions, whether it be through strategy or who knows if it starts raining. He's certainly not out of it.
No, not out of it. It will be quite a test, but frankly, it's going to be a test for anybody who is not Axis of Awesome. If you are the chasers, then you are in a worse position. I'm wondering from Rich. Now, Rich has been involved in some of these championships. He's won himself one, and a couple team titles as well. I mean, Rich, is there a different mindset as you go into the last event, knowing that you need to really put on something special to get the job done?
Yeah, this can put a lot of pressure on a lot of guys, and how they handle it and go about it will, I think, show early. Kind of like I mentioned before, Alex White has, I think he's got a little bit more pressure on him this time, especially for the team championship. And now you got Marty, Marty Eiran. He's normally a pretty good driver here, but with the weight he's got and the penalty having to come through, desperation might set in and might cause some accidents. So yeah, you definitely come in with a different mindset depending on where you're sitting in the championship. What you got to do, if you're Aaron Parsons and John Houston, you know, these two guys probably have the least amount of pressure on them. They got good pace, very little weight, and all they need to do is stay calm and cool, which those two usually do. And you know, they can go ahead and put in some really good results there, where I think everyone else might be pushing a little bit harder because their teammates have a lot of weight.
You might be muted there, Al.
Okay, Aaron Parsons starting. We're running down starting order. Parsons first. Pratos will start second. Joe LaCour third. Poole fourth. And ooh, we had a shuffle here. Moore fifth. No, that's right. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I see Jaime Moore in 6th, so I'm going to go ahead and start there and see what happens. John Luden 7th, Chris Moses 8th, John Houston 9th, Alex White 10th.
Donnie's going to start 11th. Marty Uren 12th. Wilkinson 13th. Martin 14th. Gup Douglas 15th.
Matt Taylor 16th, Gregory Meyer 17th, Mike Gutreks 18th, Rowley 19th, Cuppet 20th.
Trussler's going to start 21st. Halili 22nd. Lugnut's 23rd. Monahan 24th. Ryan Schleif back 25th.
Connor Swain 26th, Lou Mascarelli 27th, Brian Story 28th, Kevin Miller 29th, Curtis Chandler 30th.
Chuck Carter 31st. Rodrigo Triana 32nd. Bringing up the rear. Brad, do you expect the same type of fireworks we saw last week?
Yeah, I think so, Al. I think these guys are ready to go. David Poole with that penalty, too. He's going to be pretty itching to get up front here early.
We're about to go green here from Spa. It's going to be a big run into at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Great start by Parsons. Prato a little slow to get away, as was Joe LaCour. David Poole off to a great start. It's going to tuck in right behind Prato. Great start from Parsons, just what he needed.
Juan Monroy and Christian Khalidi did not make the group.
Ooh, looks like Houston might have got caught out a little bit there. Got passed by White, he's going to get passed by Marty. John Luden works his way up to 5th. Meanwhile, Prato under intense pressure from Joe LaCour. A little surprised to see Halili not make the grid. I knew Monroy was not going to make it. Tell you what, good pace early by Parsons, really setting the tone here, doing what he has to do. Great start by Jaime Moore, up to 4th. Alex White works his way up to 8th.
Yeah, and teammate Matt Taylor now, Al has gotten up to the 13th position, so a couple spots quickly here from Matt Taylor, though actually makes a mistake. John Wathan may have a look going into Blanchimont.
Houston's making a move on Marty Uren.
Houston gets it done. Whoa, way out wide. Ooh, Taylor hard on the brakes. Is that Wilkinson? Yep, running in 12th. Looks like Watson did get past Myers for that 14th spot. Pretty good opening lap here. I don't see any...
Couple cars touched in the back, but other than that, not too bad. They all got going again, and Uren is now on pit road, making that penalty.
You know Marty's going to come out in the back. It's just going to keep an eye on him, see how many spots he can gain here as this race goes on. 48 laps here tonight from Spa. 2 hours max time limit. Should end prior to the 2 hour mark. Should have remained dry.
It's going to be a tough run down pit lane for Marty Eiran. Now, you know, 10, 15 seasons ago, I might have said, well, you got plenty of attrition to look forward to, but these guys have become very skilled around this Spa circuit, it being our feature race every single year, and you know what? This field has gotten very tough. Marty Eiran in for a long night of it from here on out.
Meanwhile, the top three starting to check out a little bit from Jaime Moore. Jaime Moore under some intense pressure from John Luden for fourth. Ooh, bit of a lift there from Moore. It's going to give Luden a run on the outside. Ooh, is he going to make the stick? Side by side. Ooh, nice pass by Luden. I think Luden might have pace over Jaime Moore.
Yeah, very tough to get through there side by side.
Ooh, some close
I think
contact.
a few of those guys. Yeah, I think a few of those guys have pace on Jaime Moore, Al, but they're going to sure give him a go.
Yeah, a little bunched up there, accordion effect. David Poole as well. David Poole was our pole sitter here. We mentioned that. Got that grid spot penalty. See if he gets a run on Moore here into the bus stop. Ooh, Moses. Heavy on the brakes.
Yeah, David Poole less than happy with that penalty grid designation there after that penalty.
I know, I heard all about it.
So he'll definitely want to avoid contact here. You might see his head pop off. We don't want that.
Take a look further back. Wilkerson in that top 10. Matt Taylor there now up to 11. Got Watson up to 12th. Rowley still in one piece, running in 13th. Gup Douglas now into the points, running 15th. Greg Myers just ahead of him. On board with Gup through Eau Rouge. Oh, gets it nice through there. He's going to have a run on Myers here down the Kemmel Straight.
Oh! Mike Monahan just hit the wall.
Monahan out. Well, he struggled here last week.
Oh, and Lou just crashed into him.
Ooh, Gup. Ooh, Watson with a moment. Gup's going to pick up 2 spots, up to 13. Ooh, some contact between Cuppet and Watson. See, Watson gets back on track. Ooh, things are getting testy here. Watson drops back down to 23rd. Got Connor Swain running 24th. Chandler up to 25th. Ooh, Mascarelli's. He's got heavy damage. That's too bad for Lou.
Yeah, Lou had a moment in a Rouge and ended up actually crashing into the already crashed out Mike Monahan, sustaining all that front end damage.
So is Monahan out, or was he limping around, or?
No, he crashed. He went up in flames, and unfortunately Lou came in and crashed into his car.
Oh, that's a tough break for Lou. He usually does pretty well, fairly well here. So the top 3, it's Parsons, Prato, and Joe LaCour now, the top 3. Advantage T-Brock Dambam at the moment in the team championship. I know it's still early.
You know, it looks to me like Aaron Parsons has, well, of course he's so great at Spa, such a great driver anyway, but I suspect that he has put in a little extra time here at Spa in preparation for this event. Right now, those other guys just don't have an answer for him.
I wouldn't count Prato out just yet. He was exceptionally strong at the end of the stint there last week. So we may see that Ford come around here late in this stint.
You know, I'm not counting them out, but what I'm seeing is a 2:18.8 first lap for Aaron Parsons. That's a very strong opener. And, well, Andres Prieto maybe is closing the gap a little bit now, but I suspect Aaron is looking to take control of this race and keep it.
David Poole had a look on the inside of Moore. Moore took it too deep. Some contact. Poole hangs on to it. Looks like he's gonna hold on to that position. Chris Moses looking to take advantage on the inside of Moore. He gets it done.
Yeah, David Poole starting to lose some real time now to the leaders, so he was going to go ahead and take some chances to get past if he could, for sure.
I'll go with Moses now. Well, we know Poole's got pace around here. I think Moses is content to try and work with Poole here to catch up to the front runners, since Luden has already checked out from these two. And you can see the gap already between Moses and Moore now under a lot of heat from John Houston and Alex White.
Yeah, John Houston has found himself in front of Alex White now. That was the reverse a couple laps ago, but I was going to make mention of Alex White. He is doing everything he needs to do to hold on to this championship, driver championship. Looking good.
Lou Mascarelli finally made it to the pits for a very long pit stop and is now back on his way out.
Well, that'll give a position to Marty Eiran, and you know what? That gap has actually come down a couple seconds from the leader when he first came out of the pit.
Big slide from Houston. Big mistake. See, is he going to hang on to it? He does. Wow.
Wow.
A little too much throttle there on the exit of the bus stop. Matt Taylor now has moved his way up to 10th. Dropping Wilkerson back to 11th. There's Raleigh now running up to 12th. Myers, not sure what happened to Gup. Brian Schleif. Good to see him back here running GT2 in the Sunred, carrying a bit of weight tonight. I think he managed to run the first couple races and was unable to attend until tonight. So looks like he's got some decent pace running up in the points. So as Lou makes his way out of the pits, just behind Schleif. We got Cuppet and Gup Douglas now duking it out. Looks like Gup's going to hang on to that. Douglas filling in for Jack Ivey tonight. Jack, unfortunately, unable to attend. His teammate as well not here tonight, Ken Rodriguez, our Thursday night broadcaster. Taking a quick look at the conditions. 74 degree ambient, 93 degree track temp. Ideal conditions for the race here tonight.
Yeah, everything so far so good from that end. No news and notes up here toward the front. Andres Prieto has certainly stabilized that gap to Aaron Parsons, so I think you're right on that score. Ian Jolicoeur as well has lifted his pace a little bit, so those gaps holding steady at the front.
So we got a three-way battle.
A heck of a battle back here. Go ahead.
A three-way battle here between Triana, Trussler, and Bloodnuts up at 17. Two vets in the fourth. Mascarelli just ahead of his teammate there. Mascarelli a lap down after that incident.
Yeah, troubles for Mascarelli. Chris Moses, however, is fighting pretty hard now. He has creeped up here on David Poole, and it looks like that is quickly going to become a battle over 5th place. Now, interesting. I would have thought David Poole, after kind of getting around Jaime Moore, might have shown a little bit more pace, but so far it is Moses knocking on the door.
Well, after that little mistake, John Houston has put a gap between himself and Alex White. He's now all over the back of Jaime Moore for that 7th position.
Boy, he sure has.
Johnny Lugnuts is off at Eau Rouge.
No.
And Lou's out. Both teammate cars went off in the same place at the same time.
Ouch.
Oh.
Jesse Galdani back in 23rd. Not sure what happened to him. He had a pretty good start position. Got some. Looks like he's got a little damage to the right. Well, both sides of his car. Finds himself back at 23rd. Chuck Carter. Nice to see Chuck back here, running 24th. Embroiled in this this pack here. So nice fight here back of the grid. It's Curtis fending off Caldani for that 22nd spot. Caldani taking a look on the inside. That's not close enough to get it done.
Just a quick note, John. He's up to 7th.
So Houston's made his way past Moore. Now Moore's got the pressure from White.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I was going to point out myself. So Alex White is showing better speed than Jaime Moore at this moment, but still looking very good. Alex White overall, you know, there are not too many drivers behind him which seem to have much better pace than he does. So even though he's back there a little bit, he doesn't have too much pressure behind, doesn't have to do too much mirror driving. So all systems go for Alex White.
Yeah, it's just that weight, carrying 100 kilograms, that weight's just, you can see the gap. Moore pulls on White down the straight. He's unable to get close enough.
Certainly hurt him in the qualifying race last week. Now something has happened here. It looked like Ian Jolicoeur has suddenly slipped back into the clutches of John Luden. I don't know if John Luden's going to be able to stay latched onto his bumper, but Ian Jolicoeur, some type of mistake, has allowed John Luden a little bit of hope here for 3rd place.
Right on board with Luden.
And that's an interesting matchup between those two cars. That Audi really handles well and really accelerates well through Eau Rouge, depending on how John Luden has set that car up. If he's got it a little bit too low, it might hurt him there, but he might be gaining some more speed through the rest of the course. So it'll be interesting to see the next time through Eau Rouge.
Bit of a bobble there for Luden.
So I've been keeping my eye here on Alex White's teammate Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor now up to 10th and actually running behind his teammate on track. So I'm wondering maybe if he does not get up to Matt Taylor, get up to Alex White, if Alex White might not just let him get on down the track and see how many positions he can get, because Matt Taylor does look to have good speed.
Well, White may have a look on Moore here going into the bus stop. On board with Luden here through Eau Rouge.
So I can't help but make mention of a battle going on just a little further back. So the battle over 20th is very intense. Greetrex, Watson, Swain, Chandler, Carter.
Oh! Wilkinson takes it wide in La Circus. Yeah, Watson all over the back of Greatrex. Watson's got the legs here down on Rouge. He's going to have to tuck up behind Greatrix. That GT's got a lot of legs, though.
Yeah, it does.
Chandler's going to have a look on the inside of Caldani. Nope. Not close enough. Ooh, big slide from Watson. Watson really putting a lot of pressure on Greatrix for that spot. Got no name left. Yeah, very tight battle here for 20th.
Yeah, those two guys and the three right behind them, of course, it is pretty intense. And I was just about to say, you know, these guys have finally got a little bit of breathing room and kind of get settled in.
Watson makes the move. I don't know if there was some contact there, but it doesn't look like it. I think XXIII might have made a little bit of a bobble. It's going to give Swain an opportunity to get a run on XXIII here into the bus stop. Oh, way wide. Caldani, Swain, some side-by-side action. Caldani gets by. Looks like Chandler might get by Swain.
Oh, Moses and Poole are going at it.
Swain hangs on. Oh, Houston now. Looks like Houston might have made a mistake. He's just repassed Jaime Moore for 7th.
Jaime's been gaining. Jaime's finally collected himself, and he just has more pace than Houston at this point.
Ooh, had a quick look on the inside of Houston. Got better of it.
Wow, still battles aplenty going on around this circuit, Al.
Check this Moses David Poole battle here. Poole continues to lead Moses here.
Yeah, and as you watch that battle, I can give you a quick update toward the front. It is now Andres Prieto about 3 seconds off of Eiran Parsons, so Eiran Parsons beginning to edge out ever so slowly.
Well, he's doing what he needs to do to win this championship. He's led every lap so far in this race. Granted, it is still early, but he is certainly on a charge.
Now, last lap through a Rouge, Moses got a great run on David. David took the inside and held the position. No contact was made, but it was a clean battle. You know, tried to go a little side by side down the Kemmel Straight. So let's see what happens here through a Rouge.
Good wheel spin from Moses.
Yeah, he needed a good exit there too.
Not close enough. Meanwhile,
yeah,
Jaime Moore
similar
all over
power
the back
here.
of Houston. Go ahead.
Similar power between those two cars, the Gumpert and the Corvette. You got to give the Corvette an edge, particularly in the draft, however.
Ooh, I was just going to say, there's no way he's going to get that done. Ooh, Houston and Moore side by side. Wow, some contact. Oh!
Oh, no!
Houston and Moore come together. Oh, again! Houston and Taylor come together. Taylor now up to 8th. Not sure what happened there with Houston. He got back on the track, and I think he just spun the car a little bit. It looked to me like Moore might have closed the door a little prematurely there on Houston. Might have caught him off guard, but...
Yeah, Jaime Moore is all over the place. Yeah, Jaime Moore is kind of all over the place. I think Jaime Moore did juke onto the braking line there, kind of on the brakes and caught Houston out.
Meanwhile, these guys continue to do battle as Moore now gets the pass made on Houston. That was actually a nice pass there. Meanwhile, David Rowley sitting in 11th. Right behind these guys. Oh, Houston runs it way wide. All that aero damage is not going to help these guys around this track.
No, it does accumulate.
Wilkerson and Schleif. Close battle here. Viper and Sunred for 14.
Yeah, Wilkerson has slipped back here a little bit. He started this race in a much better position up there toward the top 10, so lost out a couple spots here.
Oh! Schleif catches the wall. He's done. Oh my God, Schleif's on his hood. It's game over for Schleif. I don't think that's going to fire back up. Wow. What a turn of events. He just got... Oh, he got to fire back up.
Oh.
Wow. He's got no real lift, no real wing. He's waiting for the cars to get by. What a horrific accident.
Wow. That's going to be a long repair job. Up, he decided to park it.
Meanwhile, Caldani and Chandler Kurt. Ooh! Caldani out of shape on the braking. He hangs on to it. And look who's right there, Marty Eiran. After that drive-through.
I think Jesse Caldani definitely has a career in drifting.
Yeah, he certainly did a good job there as Marty takes that spot away up to 23rd. Big slide there for Connor. Further up here, Trussler running in 16th. We've got Triana running in 15th. Wilkerson, Cuppet.
Oh, Houston had a small moment.
Yeah, Houston looks like he's a little frazzled here. He's had a few incidents. Now he's got Dave Rowley up his nose. Houston might be suffering from some kind of aero issue or something because he's had a few moments here ever since that incident with Taylor and Moore.
Yeah, he looks like he's starting to overdrive the car just a little bit. He's probably got those rear tires heated up a little bit more than they need to be, and that looks like what's going on with Houston. To me.
So White now running in the 7th position. Right now, if things end the way they are, he would be the champion. But still quite a ways to go. Chris Moses in 6th. He's lost a bit of time to David Poole. I'm not sure if Chris may have made a slight mistake, but he's a couple seconds behind David for 5th.
And I'm on board a battle taking place at the moment here. Jonathan Cuppet and Gregory Myers going side by side.
Myers gets this position.
Yeah, pretty nice run going here for Jonathan Cuppet. Actually started this race back there toward the, 19th spot? So he's quietly been working his way forward since then.
Taking a look at last season's results here. Chris Moses winning in the Audi R8 at 48 laps. Total race time was 115 minutes, 12 seconds. His fast lap of the race was a 2:18.2. So, checking the timing here. So looking at pit window right around lap.
John Newton's in the pits. John Newton's coming in the pits.
16. Let's check timing. Well, that's a little premature, I would say.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, now there are some strategy options available here, so it looks like John Luden is going to take a short pit stop here on this first stop and then run a couple longer stints than those 16-lap equal partitions. So, so an interesting strategy here by John Luden.
Rally dives into the pits as well.
Yeah, David Rowley running pretty well, really, in that 12th spot.
Got a close battle here between Triana and Wilkerson for 13th. On board with Rodrigo.
Oh, holy crud. Oh. Yeah, so it looks like Watson is coming too. Quite a few guys pitting here early, Al. Interesting choices.
Yeah. Ooh, as Triana's got a run on Wilkerson. Take that spot away for 12th. Yeah, last time we had guys were pitting in, it looks like some came in around 15, 16, 17. I'll tell you what, that seems very early.
Yeah, I don't quite know what to make of that. Usually if you take a short stop, you'd prefer to have it toward the end of the race. You know, this way the guy's going to come in early, but you know, you're going to have more traffic problems if you come in at this stage of the race and take that short fill. So, interesting strategy. We'll see how it works out.
Well, Marty Eiran is now in the points, running in 16th.
Yeah, his main rivals to this point have come into the pits, but he was pretty close to him. He was about 5 seconds off of 17th place and another 10 or so outside of the points.
I'll go with Kurt Chandler. He's got a close battle here with Chuck Carter. Kurt having a pretty decent run tonight. Made some nice passes. Trying to take that position away from Chuck. Greatrix back in 19th. Lugnuts in 20th. Lugnuts remains in the race. I know he was involved in an incident earlier with his, I believe it was Eau Rouge. We talked about Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller running in 21st. Swain 22nd. Luden rejoins in 23rd. Rally right behind. Well, not right behind him, but Rally rejoins in 24th. Watson out of the pits in 25th. Galdani is coming in now from 26th. That's what we got so far, 26 runners. Meanwhile, Eiran Parsons way out front. He's got a 4.5 second lead over Preto in second.
Yeah, so it is Eiran Parsons out front and continuing to gain small amounts of time on Andres Preto. So the rest of the gaps have opened up quite a bit here recently over the last couple laps, and it's by and large it's those three guys that are pulling away from the rest of the field. So the race at this point kind of becomes more within oneself, trying to manage your time, figure out when you're going to run your pit stop, how best to get in and out, and over the course of the rest of this race length, how to gain those positions back up.
Well, I'll tell you what, we know Parsons is great in and out of the pits, but there aren't many better than Preto. If anybody can make up some time in the pit lane, it is Andres. Something certainly we're going to have to keep an eye on here as we start to shuffle through the pit rotation here in this first stint.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but I believe the Viper gets a little bit better gas mileage than that Ford GT, so that might also be a big factor here for Parsons, and that's going to be a little bit of an uphill climb, I think, for Preto.
Well, it's not going to hurt. To Al's point, Andres has gotten extremely good in and out of the pits. So, 4 or 5 seasons ago, Andres really started to get that figured out and has laid down the law. But up until then, it has always been Eiran Parsons who has been absolutely blindingly fast on the pit stop. So Eiran Parsons, a very good match for Andres Prieto. Be some interesting stops coming up. Now the guy that I look at and find a little interesting is Ian Jolicoeur there. Now Ian Jolicoeur has given up a bit of ground to Eiran Parsons there out front. So Ian Jolicoeur in third place, now about 10 seconds off of the lead.
Greg Myers in the pits. What is happening here tonight?
Yeah, for Greg to come in early, you know the stars are aligned oddly.
Stressler and Wilkerson up to 13th. What's that?
You know, there is one thing I'm seeing though. It's very interesting, and my memory doesn't serve me well onto the lap time degradation, but the lap times have dropped off pretty substantially throughout the entire field. Now, that will happen here more than at some tracks, but it just does seem a little higher than normal for some reason.
Battle now for 16th between Chandler and Chuck continues to go forward here. Chandler just unable to get by Chuck. Chuck doing a good job running consistently here late in this stint. Ooh, runs a little wide just as I mentioned it. Looks like he's going to hang on to it. He does hang on to the spot. Whoa. Chuck really up close now to Kurt rather, sorry.
Yeah, and Chuck Carter, certainly no stranger to grabbing the occasional point. It's not so often that he sure doesn't, I think, see that point staring him right in the face here. He wants this position. Chris Moses into the pit.
This could be Kurt's opportunity. He's going to take advantage of it. Oh! Chuck's going to take it back. Chuck powered out of there, Kurt unable to respond. He had a good run on him, though. Now might be a good time for Kurt to dive into the pit lane. Make that pass in the pits. Or try to, rather. He's going to stay out. Greatrix Luden ahead of Luden gets by Greatrix without an issue. Looks like Greatrix let him pass. So Marty about to pass Gup Douglas on track. So Marty up to 13th. Marty doing what he has to do. Not too far off of Dan Wilkerson in 12th. So do have some pit stops that have been made, so we'll get a better idea where everybody stacks up here after this pit rotation.
Ian Jolicoeur's into the pits.
Ian pits.
So is Andres Prieto and Eiran Parsons.
Wow. We got Jaime Moore all over the back of Alex White now.
Oh! David Pohl just hit the wall coming into the pits.
Easy to do on that pit entry.
White is in. Moore is going to follow him in. Prieto comes to a stop.
Houston and Triana in the pits.
Looks like Cup, it's going to take over the lead. He does.
Eiran and Douglas are in the pits.
Yeah, Marty had just made the pass on Gup. And Marty, by the time these pit stops shake out, will be relatively close to
Parsons
at least
away.
be able to see the point.
Prieto is away. As is
Yeah, I
Jericho.
wonder if Andres might actually have lost a little bit of time.
Well, we all know Prieto's really good at saving fuel as well. You know, he gets pretty good gas mileage, but I just don't
Oh,
think he's
Luden's
gonna be
out!
able to compete.
Oh! Big moment for Luden through Eau Rouge. Wow, he was just about to close up on Joe LaCour. He would have had a run on him. And something happened. His car's going, but luckily, I don't know how. But that thing is torn up.
He was seeing the position in front of him. That's what happened. He's like, I'm pushing. I'm getting this guy coming out of the pits. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Sorry to jump in. Ooh, we got a lot of smoke here up. Sorry to jump in like that. Caught me by surprise.
Caught us by surprise too. That is an unfortunate mistake. I'm really glad Luden is still running, but boy, he's gonna have a he's gonna have a tough time if he does not pit for those repairs now. It's hard to say if he's gonna lose more time doing that or trying to struggle through to his next window. It's a long way away.
Trying to pick up where Chris Moses is here. Oh, there he is. Oh, he came out ahead of David Poole. Wow, by a wide margin.
Yeah, just caught that.
So great stop by Chris.
Yeah, it probably didn't hurt that David Poole did stuff it into the wall there in that pit entry.
Also, John Houston was able to leap past Matt Taylor during that pit stop rotation.
Wilkerson.
Oh, wow.
And now Matt Taylor's finding himself with Greg Myers all over the back of him.
Yeah, he is. How'd that happen?
I'll go with Myers.
I think that was a case of Myers was already out on warmer tires. Matt Taylor was just out of the pits trying to get some heat in him, and Greg was trying to take advantage of it, just wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I would have thought before that rotation, Gregory Myers was a bit farther back, so he may have had a really good stop as well as the advantage there on that new rubber. The lap times did drop off pretty substantially there for the guys that stayed out later.
Hey guys, sorry, I gotta step away for 1 second. Sorry.
Yep, you got it, Al. As always, when Al steps away, we like to remind you quickly that NAGP TV is hosting the season finale broadcast here at Spa. Not sure what battle he's on now, but hopefully he is on the Gregory Myers battle. Because Gregory Myers has gotten... Oh, what happened? Well, anyway, NAGP TV is here along with Brad Mears and Rich Roman. Rich, how's it going?
Uh-oh. It's going good. Mike Trussler just gave up the #1 spot. He's making his pit stop now. that'll put Aaron Parsons back in the lead.
Yeah, so an interesting setup here. Andres Prieto did give up a little bit of time, and it does not seem that he had the pace to match Aaron Parsons there in that first stint.
No, I think that's going to be the case with the pit stops. I just think Aaron's going to gain a little bit each time during these pit stops. So it's just going to make it a little bit harder for him to gain.
Boy, these guys so skilled at, well, very fast, but also exceptionally consistent. And I tell you, if you're one of these guys, the thinking is just different from a lot of other mortals. They're thinking, okay, I've got 6 seconds and another 36 laps to try to make that up. A lot of other guys are thinking, well, I'm 6 seconds behind. What the heck am I going to do? But strategically, that's the kind of thinking these guys have. So it's going to be an interesting challenge here for Andres Prieto to pick up that time, I think, over the remaining race length.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. But I did follow that Greg Myers pass on Wilkerson. Now he's got Matt Taylor up ahead. He's really pushing Matt Taylor here for that 12th spot. John Houston just ahead of these guys.
So John Houston getting out in front of Matt Taylor is going to help that T-Brock Dam Bam team try to nab the team classification. But I tell you, Alex White has done himself no harm. Alex White came out of that pit rotation in the 8th spot. So those guys still looking good, driver and team classification.
Well, all I can tell you guys is get your calculators ready, because I can't do that kind of math in my head once it gets down to the end of this race. Taking a look further up here on track. John Luden, after that incident through Eau Rouge, still chugging along here. David Pools slowly creeping up on Luden. Obviously that aero damage is not helping him in the least. Kurt Chandler has yet to pit, running in 5th. Really stretching out this stint.
Yeah, he's taking it very deep. I was taking a look at those times before I got distracted. David Poole did set it. Yeah, into the pits now. So David Poole did set a time of a 2:18.9, so by far his best here in this race so far. So David Poole has his head down. I think he's going to have something for John Luden here in another couple 3 laps.
Take a look at the gaps. It's Parsons 6.6 seconds up on Prieto and 13 seconds up on Joe LaCour. So after that pit rotation, let's take a look and see where Marty is here.
Oh, Houston just spun it. He's back going again, but he lost the other spot.
Yeah, he's going to lose another one to Myers, possibly 3. Yeah, something's going on with Houston here.
Well, the position that really hurts is letting Matt Taylor through now as they come up to the route.
Oh boy.
Wow, 3 deep through there. My goodness.
Yeah, the Ferrari's in trouble.
Let's see if Kopic can part the waters here. Ooh, maybe not. Myers going to hang on to it. Wow, great job by these guys. Houston really wants that position, but Myers is going to hang on to it. Kopic looking on the inside of Houston. Triana's right there as well in 13th.
Yeah, to finish up quickly, so John Houston giving up that spot to Matt Taylor does hurt that team classification. I mean, even if you aren't that close and you need something to happen and Alex White's out front and things are looking kind of dismal, you don't want to be giving anything away here, you know. So big mistake there by John Houston.
Yeah, I think John just needs to calm down a little bit. He obviously wants to stay ahead of Matt Taylor, and you can see how he's just making some uncanny mistakes, really hanging it out in places, and he just needs to calm down a little bit and settle in and work. The strategy of that car is it gets great fuel mileage. You should be able to pass a lot of these guys in the pits as well.
Boa Triana in the middle of this fight. And they were 3 wide down the Kemmel Straight. Previous time by.
Yeah, the Viper's best opportunity to get this Ferrari in front is going to be down that Kemmel Straight. If Gerby Myers makes it to Lacombe in front, then they're going to have to wait another lap to have a chance to pass him.
Cuppett's got another run.
Certainly does. You're going to have a look on the inside. That's not close enough. Ooh, big slide from Houston. Oh. Man. Made it easy for Cuppett. Now he's got Triana all over the back of him. Yeah, you're right. He's got to settle down.
Yeah, he had a big slide through a Rouge too that lap as well. He's just overdriving just a little bit.
Cuppett now putting a lot of pressure on Greg Myers. Looks like Cuppett might have found his stride here.
Yeah, he has been. He has been getting better and better since the drop of the green flag, no question about it. And it was Jonathan Cuppett coming to, well, not the best of ends there. Kind of coming to an unfortunate contact with Marty Eiran. I think that he is out to prove something because he was running very well in that qualifying race before the contact.
Car not very good through Blanchimont.
No.
Oh, Cuppett! Oh, looks like Greg lagged out. Oh, he's back out. Wow, what a strange turn of events.
Well, that'll make those guys behind him a little more nervous.
Absolutely. Triana looking on the inside. Triana now desperate to get by Houston. Triana might get a run on Houston here. He's got one. Looks like it's advantage Triana. Nope. Wow. What a great battle here between Greg Myers in 10th, Cuppett in 11th, Houston and Triana in 13th. I'll tell you what, this is what makes it so great racing here. It doesn't matter where you are. Just there's always someone to race here, no matter where you are on the grid.
Well, last two guys on the lead lap here, Connor Swain and Johnny Lugnuts, are going at it tooth and nail. So you're absolutely right.
Another battle that's slowly forming up. Maybe another lap or two is going to be Jaime Moore and Alex White.
I've been keeping an eye on that one too, Rich.
We got Parsons.
It might be coming a lot sooner.
Parsons now making his way through some lap traffic. There's a lot going on around him that time by.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, with Jaime Moore.
Yeah, Jaime Moore actually did close that distance very quickly, so about 2 seconds there over the course of the last 2 laps.
You know, it's funny, Jaime's kind of doing the same thing John Houston's doing. He's just overdriving a little bit, and all he has to do is settle down, which it looks like he finally has, and this race is going to come to him.
I think White just gave him that spot. He didn't want to. He knows what's on the line here. Doesn't want to get mixed up in anything. He's comfortably running in the top 10. No need to to force anything.
Yeah, very nicely done and good move, I would say, by Alex White. And so it is his teammate Matt Taylor now, which runs behind him on track. Perfect position. You got a little protection behind you, and that gap is about 4 or 5 seconds. So breathe easy for a couple laps.
David Poole has made his way past the damaged Audi of John Luton. Take a look at timing. The gap's dropped a little bit. It was over 6 seconds. Pareto's picked up a little bit of time on Parsons.
Yeah, it was Aaron Parsons getting through that lap traffic in front, which slowed him up just a little bit. So we'll see if Andres can deal with it a little bit more quickly.
Andre's got 3 guys all mixed up in a tight battle here between Chandler, looks like that might be Connor Swain, and Johnny Lugnuts.
Yeah, well, that was a 2-way battle when Aaron Parsons went through. It's now a 3-way battle for Andres.
Andre finally gets by Swain.
You know who benefited from that is Ian Joliker. He's definitely gotten some pace there. Closed the distance down.
Oh yeah, Andres has lost a bunch of time trying to get by these guys.
Yeah, Ian gained a lot more time on Andres than Andres did on Eiran when Eiran got through, for sure. And a quick update here. John Houston is going to have a look at Rodrigo Triana coming down the Kemmel Straight.
Myerson cup it. Triana hangs onto it. Ooh, a little bit of contact there from Houston. Oh, Triana. Some more side by side. Wow. Show so far for these 4.
You know, if my eyes don't deceive me, it looks to me like that fight back there, Gregory Myers and those guys, may have a little bit of pace on Matt Taylor. Looks like Matt Taylor has given up some speed here. Maybe made some type of mistake, I don't know, but In any event, that gap is coming down. Ooh, John Luden has taken a DNF.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah, having aero damage on that Audi really hurts the car a lot. After driving it last season in a substitute role for a few races, it probably wasn't able to control it any longer.
Not sure if there was some contact there between Cuppet and Triana. A little bit of a slide. As Houston take a look on the inside, Triana quick to defend. Ooh, some contact between Triana and Cuppet. Well, didn't want to see that happen. That's... Well, Cuppet can't be too happy about that.
Houston back on Triana.
Wow, these guys.
Wow. That's just one driver closing the door on the other.
Yep. The second stint has been hard, tooth and nail, let's just say, between all four of these guys. Greg Myers has slowly pulled away from Houston and Triana. Cuppet, unfortunately, got a little contact from Triana, fell back a little bit, but he's already starting to reel these guys back in. He was behind Greg. Meanwhile, Trussell's right there in 13th. He's starting to catch up on these guys. Further back, 14th, 15th. Marty Eiran now putting some pressure on Dan Wilkerson. Ooh, Marty nearly takes it off track at Blanchimont. I'm sorry, Pujon. Wathen running in 16th, last points paying position. Got Douglas 17th. Chuck Carter running in 18th. Breaktrix and Johnny Ludnutz running 19th and 20th. Kevin Miller there in 21st. Connor Swain running in 22nd. Fair Chandler 23rd. And that's it. I think we started with 31 drivers here tonight, Brad. Down to 20, what, 4? 25?
Yeah, we've lost more than you would think that we would lose. Now, I am trying to do the math here. I think actually, as they run now, this team championship's pretty close. Let me get back to you.
Yeah, right. Well, meanwhile, Eiran Parsons now, after Prato was held up in that traffic, has now jumped out to a 9-second lead over Prato in second. Not too far back is he and Joe LaCour. They're lurking in third. Chris Moses quietly running in fourth after getting past David Poole in the pit stops. David Poole running in fifth. Jaime Moore has driven away from Alex White, and Moore in sixth. White's running in seventh. Behind them is his teammate Matt Taylor, and then this battle for ninth. Closest battle on track right now, John Houston and Rodrigo Triana. These guys have been all over each other since the first stop. Let's take a look at the lap counter right now, running lap 27. Like, expect these guys to pit in right around what, lap 31, 32, around that point. Yeah, some guys pit a lot earlier than others, but getting close to their second stop. Used to continue just to slide it around there through the bus stop. Big slide from Triana through the circus. Looks like Houston may have settled down a little bit here. He's got a little distance between himself and Triana. He's starting to close the gap now up on Greg Myers in ninth.
Yeah, I think John has recovered a little bit. I think once he was behind some traffic, he wasn't being pushed, kind of driving in his mirrors. I think he was able to kind of regain focus, and I suspect actually he'll be a little bit better from here on out. I don't think he's going to make that same mistake again. This is important because this championship has become very close with teammate Aaron Parsons out front in the lead.
Marty Renz made it past Daniel Wilkerson for the 14th position.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rich. That's what kind of got my mind whirling a little bit about this point situation, because Marty Wren has found himself back into the points, so you would expect Marty to pick up a few more positions yet. And boy, if Marty could find himself up there in 12th or 11th, then you never know. It's still going to take something to happen, but boy, if Matt Taylor or Alex White have a problem, then things will change very drastically for even that team.
Well, if they finish the way they run right now, it's still Axis of Awesome taking the team championship. Doing the math right now, be 255 to 252.
Oh good, I'm glad you figured it out, because I'm...
Did you include point for most laps led?
I did. Oop, we had somebody drop.
Uh-oh.
But things could change there. Saw Alex White at the end of the Kimmel Straight there, his teammate in the distance.
Oh, Triana's back,
Yep.
got a run on Houston.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Triana. On the outside, muscles his way through to 10th. These guys. Unreal. It just seems like once Houston gets by him, tries to pull a little gap, makes a little mistake, allows Triana to catch up back up on him, and Triana gets past him, and then rinse and repeat.
Well, he sure does, and now it's going to be it's going to be very difficult for John Houston now. He's going to have a pretty significant amount of aerodynamic damage. Well, they're out there fighting hard.
You gotta suspect Greg's got to be close to his pit window. I think he came in right around lap 11, 12. Right around there where I think we're working lap 29. And let's see, unless he planned to take an early stop and then run as deep as he can. I'm not sure what that strategy would be like, but for him, it just seemed unusual for him to come in that early. Someone who's very good with fuel mileage.
Yeah, Greg may be able to get as many as 20, 21 laps. Maybe, possibly even 22 if he's really trying to back off. It is a pretty wide pit window. But
Greg actually came in on lap 15.
Oh. Throw that out the window. As Triana, Greg had a bit of a moment on the exit of Eau Rouge. Triana now is going to have a look on the inside. Yep, Triana's going to take that position away.
boy, Matt Taylor has been hanging just in the distance from whoever happens to be leading this train, and they just haven't quite been able to get up to him. But I suspect all of them, if they were running by themselves, could have gotten up to Matt Taylor and maybe challenged for that position. So some pretty serious points up there in 8th spot. Heck of a battle these guys are having.
Taylor's got to finish. If it's a tie, the Axis of Awesome will win by virtue of wins. I believe Taylor's got to finish. The lowest he can finish is 7th. I mean 10th, sorry. Of course, if ooh, Houston, another one. Wow. Yeah, I wonder what's going on in Houston's head. He's got a problem with the car or what?
Well, it certainly does seem to be ailing a little bit.
Now, if I'm John Houston seeing Greg pit, I'll be pitting the next lap. Oh.
You know, it's not a bad idea, but yeah, he can make the distance from here. One thing's for sure, Gregory Myers won't have to pit again after this. He's good to go. So he's the first one in who's going to make the rest of the distance.
And John Houston was able to go 17 laps on his first stint. So, yeah, he can definitely, I think he can stretch it as well.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's on the cup. It's now caught back up. He's on the tail of John Houston, so... Yeah, it's a good point there, Rich. He probably should duck in now. David Poole, way wide through Blanchimont. Taking a look at the leaders now. The gap is nearly 10 seconds, 13 seconds up on Joe Licor, and Moses now 30 seconds behind the leader in 4th. So Parsons leading this race. He's led since the green flag. Doing everything he needs to do to win this championship.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about that Eiran Parsons up at the front is the gap has stabilized between him and Andres Prieto. In fact, Andres Prieto has clawed back a little bit of time over the last couple of laps here.
David Poole.
I was thinking with John Houston, I wonder if maybe the rear of that Viper isn't going away just a little bit here. The temperature has become slightly elevated there at 95 degrees on track. Could be hurting them a little bit, possibly.
So Houston stays out. we haven't talked much about Mike Trussler, but Mike Trussler right there behind Cuppet running in 12th. Ooh, as Cuppet put big slide there. But Trussler putting in a solid performance here tonight.
Yeah, Trussler at the moment actually a little faster than all those guys right in front of him, so he has found his rhythm here in the second stint, I'd say.
Oh! I thought I saw Jonathan Cuppet brush the wall in a rouge. Maybe I was seeing things, but that's what he either hit the curb really hard or he brushed the wall.
Over Trussler.
Taking a look through some of these lap times as you watch that battle. We've been talking quite a bit about John Houston, so looking through his lap times, see if the vet does anything here. Looking through his lap times, it looks like he has actually gotten a couple cut track warnings. So he's got 2 of those. You don't want 3.
Well, further up a little ways, we got Triana and now Matt Taylor. So Triana.
Moses in the pit.
Moses pits. So Triana slowly closing the gap up on Matt Taylor as the pit window is open now for these guys. They're going to do one more pit stop and that should be good to go to the end of the race.
It's like Twitch asked me to log back in, Al. You may want to answer Bam Boy right quick. Had a viewer chat.
Yeah, he's asking about certain mods. We do run 2 mods here in GTR2 here at North American Grand Prix on Monday nights as Cuppet closes up on Houston. Houston, another big slide. Let's see what Houston decides to do here. He should dive in. He doesn't. But Monday nights we run GT2 pack. It's GT2 cars, which you're seeing here tonight. Aside from that, it's just on top of the stock game. We run the GT2 car pack and the track packs for Monday nights. So whatever we decide to put on the schedule, we run some stock tracks, some add-on tracks. GT1 the same thing. The only difference is the GT1 car pack and cars are a bit faster than these GT2 cars. And the same thing for the track packs. So it's Cuppet now having a look on the inside of Houston at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Got some lap traffic up ahead. Looks like that might be Chuck Carter. Meanwhile, Triana now really closing up quickly on Taylor.
Yeah, and it is Aaron Parsons and Andres Prieto both have come into the pits here. Andres Prieto actually picked up a second or 2 there over the last couple laps before those stops. So this is it, their final stops, and after this we're going to be good to go and see who ends up winning this thing.
Ooh, Wathen takes it wide. Be interesting to see what Houston does here. He's definitely in his window. I'm expecting him to pit. Let's see where.
How many more is in the pits?
How many more pits? It'd be interesting to see where John exits in relation to Greg Myers, who was just ahead of him. Greg pitted a lap or 2 earlier. So Houston is in. Cuppet's going to stay out. Cuppet ran a late stint. Triana's in. Taylor's in. Ooh, here we go. Everybody's coming in now. Trussler's going to stay out. So Trussler and Cuppet, they ran a bit longer than the rest of the field. Andres is away. Joe LaCour is out front. So Joe LaCour, I believe, has stayed out, has yet to pit. So expect Joe LaCour to pit in this lap. Joe LaCour running. Was running third. There he comes. So looking at time in that gap between Parsons and Prato, roughly about 6 seconds.
Yeah, held pretty much steady. Andres picked up just a little bit of time there.
David Poole must have had some kind of big incident because he's lost a lot of time.
So Ian in the pit lane. Triana gets away.
Yeah, David Poole had a stop and then took a 4-minute 13 lap. Yeah, something's happened.
So meanwhile, Cuppet and Trussler still fighting nose to tail.
Yeah, David Poole came in before, was one of the first to stop, make his last stop. He came in right after Greg, I believe. I just don't know what the heck happened.
That's what these guys elect to do. Something tells me they're going to stay out. Ooh, Trussler dives into the pits. Probably not a bad move by Trussler.
Is Ian Jolicoeur just now away?
Yeah.
How far down pit lane is he?
He's just at the end.
He's exiting now. He's away.
Yeah, he's going to pick up a lot of time on Andre. What the heck did Ian do?
Well, hopefully he took enough fuel. But what a dynamite stop from Ian.
Yeah. Because Andres had a ripper.
Now we haven't talked about double stinting. I don't know if that's even in play here.
You have to set up for it and be in the right car and turn slower lap times. So nobody here is on a double stint that I can see.
So Joe LaCour rejoins in third. Picked up a ton of time on Prato. Cuppet has yet to pit, running in fourth. Got Moses behind him. Moses pretty quiet night. Pretty much on his own all night, running provisionally in fourth. Wilkerson has yet to pit. Trussler is in. Warren White. So Greg Myers is away, and Greg jumps Matt Taylor in the pits.
Wow.
Taylor gets out ahead of Triana. David Poole now in the mix here. Ooh.
Whoa.
So Houston pitted and comes out ahead of Rodrigo Triana. So, well, looks like we're going to see some more of the same as we saw last stint.
Yeah, except now that John Houston has Matt Taylor in front of him for position. So it looks like Matt Taylor had a bit of a lengthy stop.
So David Poole going to have a look on the outside of Triana.
Boy, really unfortunate for David Poole. Didn't see what happened, but now he's in a fight with some very speedy competition with involved in a lot of fights of their own. So tough stuff here for David Poole.
Wow, great stop from Trussler. He leapfrogs Houston. Comes out right ahead, right behind Matt Taylor. Wow, what a battle here, mid-pack.
Yeah, and he had just come out of the pits as well, so John Houston just couldn't quite get him coming into Lacombe. Oh, and he is going to be desperate to get past Mike Trussler.
Wow. Yeah, and if John Houston would have just pitted the lap after Greg, look where he would have been probably.
Yeah.
You can see Matt Taylor slowly. It looks like he's starting to drive away from these guys. See if he has a look here into the bus stop. It's going to start becoming desperate times here for some of these guys. What
Yeah, Greg Myers is... I was going to say, Greg Myers has done a great job with his strategy here tonight. He has really done a great job. Greg Myers is going to recycle through this field up to 7th place, I believe.
Pool on the inside with some
Oh!
contact. Looks like Triana might have saved his brake a little too late. Left the door open for Pool. Pool got by. Oh, Cuppet now is back. Cuppet has pitted and rejoins right behind these guys in 13th. Unbelievable. So after an hour plus, these guys remain lockstep.
They're doing a great job, Al. Just a great job.
David Poole. David Poole may have, well, we know he's most likely got pace on these guys. Pole sitter for this race has fallen back to 11th. No doubt David will be also desperate to get by these two cars up ahead.
Yeah, you figure David Poole surely to have pace on these guys, so as I said, it's going to be tough for him.
Well, you know, the other issue that comes into play here is, you know, where each car is stronger than the other. And even though David's pace should be overall better than theirs, he just might not be able to make these passes. You know, he's got 3 cars in front of him that probably have better horsepower. Now, he's got better downforce for the corners, but that's not going to help him coming out of some of these, you know, especially coming out of a Rouge, where those cars probably pull away from him a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, he's going to really be playing through a Rouge and get tucked up underneath Houston if he wants to run on him. Bit of a slide from Houston. That's going to give Poole a run. That's what he was looking for. You know, that Gumper's deceivingly quick here down the straights. There you have it.
Yeah, if you can get it through the corners.
Trussell now all over the back of Matt Taylor. Trussell really coming alive here this final stint. Putting a lot of pressure on Matt Taylor.
He is. I mean, where the heck did Trussell start? He was somewhere around 20th?
Yeah, was pretty far back.
Yeah, Trussler started 22nd.
Yeah, really impressive drive from Mike Trussler here tonight. Bettered only, I would say, really by Gregory Myers, who actually had a better starting position, but in my mind has worked a just supremely excellent strategy.
Poole does here. Looks on the inside. Oh! Houston nearly gets into the back of David. David, nice exit through the bus stop. A bit of a slide.
Wow, I just keep wondering who's going to come out on top in this battle. I keep wondering more who's going to succumb to the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in John Houston's shoes, he needs to. He's still overdriving just a little bit, but now he should realize he's got David Poole in front of him. Make David Poole do the work and maybe make a hold.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Uh-oh.
Poole with a run. Triana with a run. Poole gets by. Triana gets by Houston. Wow. 2 at a time.
Yeah, Houston gets past, but I think he did do a better job there. He was clearly beat. I think he made sure that he kept it in control that time. So, okay, well, I've given up the position. Let's get back at it here. Instead of overdriving, as Rich has been saying.
David. Poole making short work on Matt Taylor, but Trussler doing what you said, Rich. Let Poole do the work for him. Now I'm going to have a run on Taylor here into the bus stop. Triana out on the weeds. This is... I can't handle all this action.
This is intense. Everyone's going wide. Everyone wants to get past Taylor there in front. You just see it. They all want to get past him. And all this is allowed to cup it right back into the battle.
Yep. Yeah, Cup has been quietly lurking back there. Ooh, big moment for Triana. Oh, you know what this means? Houston's going to take it back.
Houston had a great run through Eau Rouge that time. He didn't slide the car like he's been. And here we go.
Oh!
Oh! Oh my God, I can't believe he saved it. Oh my... Oh no!
Wow. Not quite sure what happened there. I see the lights going off. I think Houston's mad about something. Maybe something we missed. I'm not sure.
Some pretty defensive lines and looked like a little brake checking on Triana's part to me.
I didn't catch that. Houston not happy, giving them the business.
No, and it's unfortunate that it kind of came to blows after such a good battle. There's still plenty of battles going on up there, but I have to mention real quickly, Andres Prieto is actually digging into Eiran Parsons' time just a little bit here. Andres Prieto really pushing like mad after the pit stop. And I can't help but mention it is Chuck Carter actually starting to reel in Johnny Lugnutz a little further back in the order. Just wanted to give those two guys a couple name drops.
Chandler exiting the pit lane. Yeah, Lugnut's in 18th. Wathan running in 17th. Gup Douglas last guy in the points. Wilkerson running 15th. Marty now up to 14th.
Truster's got to move on Taylor. Takes the better of it.
I'll tell you what, Marty really isn't that far off this battle. He's just exiting the bus stop now. Oh, he's at La Source. He's closed up on these guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of positions in front of him that you know, just straight pace as the crow flies, as it were, what have you. He can pick up those positions by the end of this race.
Poole's got to run on Myers.
David gets it done up to 7. It's a good charge back from David after his issue that we did not catch.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with that run by David Poole there. I did not think he would be able to get that done as quickly as he did. And with as little damage. Well, I tell you what's happening toward the front. Andres Preto continues to gain a little bit of time on Eiran Parsons. He has definitely dropped his lap times, but that's probably because Ian Jolicoeur has done the same thing. I think Andres is really starting to feel some heat there from that third place Ian Jolicoeur, and is really trying to push him up a little bit here too. Eiran Parsons, that timing and scoring is occasionally flashing into the 5-second range from Eiran Parsons to Andres Preto.
Look at the lap counter here. Working lap 40. So 8 laps to go yet. It would take, yeah, I don't know if that's enough time for him to claw back into Parsons, but hey, anything's possible. Could run into some traffic. That gap could close. Yep.
Yeah, all things being equal, you know, it's not enough time, but shoot, if a guy makes a small mistake, you know, it's different if you're right on his bumper than if you're 10 seconds back, yeah. Boy, and that battle for...
Yeah, I was just picking it up between Trussell and Taylor. You know, you got to hand it to Taylor. He's really driven a great race here tonight. Kind of lackluster performance last week in the qualifying race, but he really put it together here tonight. Under a lot of pressure here most of the night and really doing a great job.
Yeah, exactly. He picked up the spots he needed to pick up, and since then has gotten under pressure, and it has been all night. And you're absolutely right. Now the pressure's been out to as much as 2 seconds. Right now it's obviously closer than that, but so far so good. Great run. Boy, the temperature is really starting to drop a bit now. Got down to 89 degrees.
We're on the same wavelength there, Brad. I just checked to see where it's at. Yeah, the ambience in the 60s. Now, wouldn't that throw a wrench into things should it start to rain? Trussell having a look on the inside of Taylor. Taylor takes it wide. Triana's right there as well. Taylor hangs on to it.
And Taylor's got to be really careful here because he can lose 3 spots in just a blink of the eye, basically.
I tell you, Al, we have a late news and notes here on John Houston. John Houston has come down pit lane. Now, he has been shown as having 3 cut track warnings, or 2, for quite a while here. Don't know what is causing this, but in any event, John Houston in the pit.
Might be a stop and go. This Triana Cuppet battle. Triana Cuppet has made his way past. I'm sorry, Cuppet has made his way past Triana Cuppet.
Great
Turning
run.
the screws now, yep. So it'd be unfortunate. That's an unfortunate situation for Houston. I wonder if he got a stop and go.
Yeah.
I wonder where he could have been cutting. Perhaps through the bus stop.
Yeah, there's a couple spots where if you make a mistake or if you don't let off coming around Blanchimont and run wide.
Yeah, it shows it now that he's got 3 cut tracks. Yep.
Oh, bummer. Oh, that is a tough break.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there. He's now back in 16th place with, looks like, John Wathen. Yeah, breathing down his neck.
Well,
the back, Trussler's got to run, maybe.
Triana lost a bit of time to Cuppet. Ooh, bit of a slide there from Taylor. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta wet my whistle.
Oh, Trussler's got to run. Oh no!
Wow.
That just looked like a case of succumbing to the pressure.
Yeah, a little bit of mirror driving there from Matt Taylor, and it comes at an inopportune time here with the laps winding down.
Oh my goodness, I missed it.
Trussler and Taylor going in to the off the Kemmel straight, and just under braking, Taylor lost the back end and looped it.
Wow, so Taylor moves back to 13th, Marty up to 12th. Well,
You know, Marty's up to 12th, and David Poole is closing in on Alex White. I think David Poole will get Alex White here before this race ends, moving Alex White back a spot.
let's break out the calculator.
Don't think it's going to be enough, but it's 14 points, Axis of Awesome 2 Kung Fu Racing.
Yeah, I believe, well, Alex may have to put up a fight here. Maybe not.
I don't think he's going to be able to.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think he would have fought as hard as he possibly could, and he still will, but he's not going to have enough for David Poole.
Well, back out front. Parsons about to put Matt Taylor back a lap. Gap's now 5 seconds. Into the fours, Brad's dipping into the fours.
Yeah, time is truly running out now, but I don't think Eiran has been managing this pace. I think Eiran has been going as well as he can here, looking at the lap times in the prior stints. Andres Preto and Ian Jolicoeur have both just turned up the wick on him, but it may turn out to be okay for Eiran Parsons after all. We are not going to be too many more laps before we end this thing.
Looks like we got 4 laps left. Tell you what, Ian Jolicoeur is starting to close the gap up a little bit on Preto. This is huge for Jolicoeur. If he can get that second spot.
Yeah, that's down to 2 seconds. It was
points.
at 4 seconds. Yeah, it was at a 4-second gap for the longest time. It's down to 2 seconds now between Andres Preto and Ian Jolicoeur.
I tell you, I don't know, that Kung Fu Racing, those points are pretty close. This could come down to just one position either way for one of those guys, and Marty Eiran is gaining ground on Rodrigo Triana.
Yep.
I think they've got a shot at this thing. Hell, we've got another 5 laps to run. That's like another 10 minutes. Shoot! Anything could happen.
It's like the wild, wild west out there.
John Houston actually is back in the points too.
Well, finish the way it does now. Let's see, where's White at 236? White's back at 7. And where's Taylor? Back at 16th?
Taylor's in 13th.
That'd be 14 points. Still be advantage. Advantage axis of awesome. However, Houston in 16th. He's still in there. Well, still a lot could happen.
Well, what do you make the points between Kung Fu and Axis? 2 points? Something like that? 3?
It could be 4 points right now.
Ah, 4 points right now. And Taylor just now down a lap. Not that that makes a difference with that.
Oh, wow,
Hey,
heavy
Chandler.
damage. Heavy damage.
Oh, no, Chuck Carter in the pits. Yeah, that was Chuck Carter with heavy damage. Lawson's already out with suspension damage.
Yeah, I was just going to say Chuck Carter was starting to make some inroad onto Curtis Chandler, who has actually climbed up onto Johnny Lugnuts. So Curtis Chandler and Johnny Lugnut's going after it for 17th at the moment.
Watching this battle between Cuppet, Myers, and Trussell there in the middle.
Yeah, and good to keep an eye on that battle. Another one is Marty Uren now has caught up to Rodrigo Triana, so that battle has become joined.
Working lap 46. 2 to go. And a half. As you watch this Marty Triana situation unfolding.
Oh!
What did I miss?
Is Curtis. Curtis almost took out Johnny Lugnuts. The fight continues.
Like that gap's opened up a little bit between.
Oh!
Oh! What happened?
Contact with Marty Urin and Triana. So Marty Urin does go through for the position. Just caught the tail end of that. Don't know what happened.
Marty now up to 11th.
Yeah, Marty to 11th, and now Trussler and Cuppet are both making some ground here on Gregory Myers, I think. Not much time left, but of course they're in that fight for over 9th.
Cuppet on the inside, down the Kemmel Straight. He's got it! Wow, finally Cuppet gets it done. What a great job.
Yeah, wow.
Ooh,
Boy, and as we
takes it a
close,
little wide.
I was going to say, as we close out our laps now, Ian is smelling that exhaust from Andres in front.
I'll go with Ian.
Ooh, Andres goes a little wide.
Put a wheel off there. I'll tell you what, if Ian can somehow make this happen. It would be quite the coup. I don't know if it'll be enough for them to take over the championship, the team championship. Still a lot of numbers that need to be crunched over here. Parsons making his way through Blanchimont.
And yeah, Parsons got Triana just in front of him.
This might be it. Oh, one to go, one to go.
Cuppet now. Looking at Gregory Myers in that 8th spot here toward the closing lap.
Just picked that up. I was going to mention, we haven't talked about Jaime Moore, but he's been, ooh, big slide by Cuppin. Jaime Moore running back there in 5th. Very quiet race for him tonight, but solid performance nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. And further back, I can't help but at least give an audio note to Curtis Chandler and Johnny Lugnutz. Both of them really fighting very hard here over the last 4 or 5 laps. And they're having a great dice back there. Hard to get on them with all the other action we have going on, but notable mention to those guys.
Just picked it up now. Ooh, some contact! Somebody's got to move.
Yeah, go.
Looking like the last lap here as Eiran Parsons making his final pass through Blanchimont. Doesn't look like Ian's going to have enough to get it done. He is certainly pushing.
Yeah, wow.
Well, what a victory for Eiran Parsons, taking the win here at Spa, doing what he needed to get done. Prato second, Joe LaCour third. Chris Moses is going to finish up here in 4th.
Yeah, Cuppin got past Myers.
So Cuppin, late lap pass, last lap pass here. Oh, they still got quite a ways to go here before this one's over.
Yep.
Moses is going to finish 5th. Moore 5th. Poole 6th. White 7th. I'll tell you what, Cuppin's not far off of Alex White.
No, he's not.
Maybe in a couple more laps, if it went a couple more, he could have had a shot.
Well, assuming Cuppin finishes this off, that's definitely my drive of the night. What a run Jonathan Cuppin has put in.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Brad. I mean, ran into some trouble there, got some contact with Triana. Just sat quietly back there, watched these guys duke it out in front of him. And then, like a tiger, pounced at the end.
Yeah, just like a tiger. That's exactly what I was thinking.
See Greg here looking on the inside. Ooh, this is going to be a close one here at the end. See if Greg has any last ditch moves here. Oh, he's having a look on the inside. Oh boy.
Uh-oh!
The Viper might get him.
Oh, he's got him.
Oh, yeah.
What a finish. Trussell at 10th. Eiran 11th. He's the last car on the lead lap. Wow, what a finish to this race.
Well, that's a good job by Eiran staying on the lead lap after having to serve that penalty.
It really was.
Eiran
Remarkable
Parsons,
drive.
do you copy?
I do well.
Congratulations. We were just talking. You did what you had to do. Leading from flag to flag, getting maximum points here tonight. But unfortunately, not enough for the team for the Drivers' Championship, but still a tremendous, tremendous way to finish the season.
Yeah, thanks, Al. yeah, I knew that's what I had to do coming into this race, so that's what I practiced for, and that's how it went. Not much to report from the race there.
Now, was your setup a bit different than the qualifying race, or did you make a lot of changes from last week?
Not really. Made a slight tweak on it that made it slightly better. The main difference was not having aero damage and having a clean track in front of me. That allowed me to run my own race, basically.
Yeah, well, you definitely did do exactly what you needed to do, and did seem like you had a little bit of pace on Andres Preto, but he sure kept you honest over the course of the event. It was a nice win for you. Looking back over the course of the season, do you feel like you gave it your best effort this season? I mean, all things considered, you gave it a hard fought, came up a little short, but otherwise seemed like it went pretty well for you.
Yeah, it was a good season overall. Got an incredibly tough competitor in Alex White. And he just was really on fire the whole season, even when he had massive amounts of weight. He was able to get absolute most out of the car.
Well, congratulations on another great season. Like Brad said, coming up shy, but I'm positive you'll be right in the thick of it again next season. And you always have that GT1 championship that you've already pretty much locked in. So for season 23. So congratulations there.
Thanks guys for doing the broadcast, and congrats Alex White on the championship.
Thank you. Alright, speaking of Alex White, Alex, our driver's champion here in GT2 for season 23. Congratulations. This is your third now championship here at NAGP. Any particular moment this season that stuck out that really cemented this championship for you? Were you kind of gripping the wheel a little tight tonight, knowing that Parsons was out in front the whole night?
I knew if I could keep it on track and not get into trouble, I'd have a solid chance. I needed 16th, but talking of like moments that sort of won the championship, definitely Road Atlanta. Winning with 80 kilos was a bit special. I also think, I'm not completely sure, but I think Matt and I have won the team championship.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. We have to crunch the numbers.
Yeah, because Ryan Schleif has it counted as not TBR. Ian and Marcy are tied on points, but we get it, I think, because of the number of wins. I'm not sure.
So yeah, congratulations on that drivers' championship and a hell of a season, Alex. Really some great, stunning efforts over the course of the whole season, no question. I was wondering during the race, looking toward that team classification, however, if you and teammate Matt Taylor were talking quite a bit on comms about some of these positions and how it might play out over the course of the race.
Yeah, we were. I knew it was safe to let Jaime Moore by. I honestly at no point wanted to battle with anybody during that race. It was also safe to let David Pohl by, but then Matt had a bit of a moment. Yeah, we were talking a lot about it, and Ryan Schleif was awesome as well, because he was helping us with maths.
Well, if that's the case, then congratulations on the team championships as well. Truly a phenomenal season put in by you again, and I know you're gonna have your hands full again next season coming up, as the likes of Preto, Parsons, and looks like Moses is gonna be back full time. So certainly not gonna be easy.
It never is.
Well, congratulations.
It's an awful lot of hard work. Thanks for doing the broadcast the whole season and running the website. It is completely awesome, and anybody that's watching should completely join up. It's excellent fun.
Well, thank you, Alex, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well, wow, what a conclusion to the season, Brad. And Rich, thanks for joining in on the broadcast here tonight. It was great to have you. I got to say, that was these last 2 weeks between the qualifying race and some of the battling we saw this tonight was some of the best racing I've seen around here in a long time.
Yeah, it was memorable. We did see some of those gaps open up tonight, but it certainly didn't take away from the interest with that mid-pack battle. And then, of course, with that team championship, which really did come down to just the last couple laps. So, boy, you think about all the what-ifs and could-haves there early in the season. Well, it all came down to tonight. And congratulations to the guys that won their respective championships and to all the guys that participated this season. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, and yeah, congrats to Eiran and Alex. And wow, what a fight for basically ninth through the whole entire night. I mean, that was between at least 4 to 5 cars throughout the entire night. That's what makes the league here so special. We sometimes have these monster battles where 5 cars are just constantly swapping positions. And great job on the broadcast as always, guys. And thank you for having me here.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate that. And thanks, everybody who tuned in this season. Really happy the way things turned out here tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be back next season for season 24 here at in NAGP for GT2. So if you're out there watching for the first time and might be interested in racing, by all means head over to NorthAmericanGP.com and let us know you're interested on the forum. And thanks again, Brad, for doing this with me all season. I really appreciate it. And you know, your expertise is second to none. So it's great to have you in the booth with me. So until next season, we'll be posting that information in a week or a couple weeks or so. Thanks everybody again for tuning in all season long. And this Thursday we'll be at Sonoma for Super Bowl for GT1, and then the following week will be the GT1 3-hour finale at Sonoma. So looking forward to that one. Join Jack Ivey hopefully, and Ken Rodriguez for the broadcast there. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next season.